of how good their lanes should be in theory.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I mean, I love this Brewmaster hero. I think it's criminally underpicked at the moment, and we'll see what Toby's able to do with it. But yeah, there's Toronto Tokyo saying yesterday that he thought the Lunar Galaxy had a ton of potential, but Quest were gonna crush them because they have Toby. He had a lot of good things to say about this offlaner. And, of course, it's important to mention that Toby versus Shad, you know, it's a matchup where these two used to play on the same team together. They were both on Viking, right?
Yeah, they are the ones that were left behind, I guess. It's kind of hard to think about.
Kind of sad when you put it like that.
Yeah. And then the rest of them went to Gaming Gladiators and one thing, it's kind of hard.
Won a bunch of majors and got loads of money, got loads of...
This is their redemption here.
Now they have to kill each other to tread over each other's corpses to get to the same position. My God, Dota's a brutal game, T. So Ward's coming out of the middle lane, right on top of each other, as Theolikor in Zantic position to get this rune, but Puck's going to go back to try and get the block, meaning it's just going to be 2 for 2 on the bounty, and Shad's going to stun himself.
Great start to the game. Yeah. Alchemist, though, not starting with the point in Corrosive. Sorry. I always get. Oh, what am I saying? Of course, it's Corrosive. Oh, my. During the draft, my brain defaulted to like old school Alch. His Grievous Greed is, of course, just a default passive.
Innate, yeah.
God, I'm so dumb. Oh, that's fine.
All right.
That's
you're a
my
support player. You don't overlook at your carries. You don't click on their items. You know, you just whenever they complain, you give them a tango.
Yeah,
that's it, right?
The annoying thing is that that's not even a 7.34 change. That's just like a change of what, like 2 months. I'm still default thinking about it.
People just didn't play Alchemist in
the
the last patch. So
Corrosive Weaponry
I'll
did get a
cut
buff.
you some slack. I can't promise you about anybody else.
No, it's fine.
Lag?
Well,
no. Brutro. That's not what you want to hear. When it's not the servers, you got some issues.
Yeah, so in the pre-show, we were mentioning the importance of mid lane, and now that they picked an Invoker to flex it to support, to pick up the Ember as a response to, like, it puts even more pressure on Azantic, right? Like, he bamboozled in the draft, he got his Ember into Puck matchup, he needs to get that CS advantage, he needs to get the extra denies, and hopefully get a support to help rotate in, because if these active runes go the way of Puck, it can bring back this matchup to a more even state.
And, of course, Theolikor's been like, hey, man, I had to play a stupid Invoker here on position 4. You better do well at mid. I tanked the pick for you. But, no, hopefully it's... I mean, this hero still works as a 4, right? Like, Invoker's strong enough to be played in this position.
Yeah, so Invoker 4 will always be a level-dependent hero. Wisdom runes will be even more important now for the side of Lunar Galaxy. But on top of that, it will be... Basically, I'd expect him to go Qualifiers with a Vessel. You do the same motions as an Invoker, maybe slightly later because you're not farming. But yeah, you're providing the EMPs, the Tornadoes, Cold Snaps. You pick up a Vessel and that's basically it. If you get a 4-star, you're happy. If the game goes super late, of course, you will scale. We saw Seb on IO yesterday look to buy a Midas as the game got to the mid-game. Might do the same if they're crushing the game. He might just pick up a 3rd item Midas just to secure that what-if scenario. But yeah.
How exciting.
Very.
Yeah, I'm not sure you'll want to go super late against this Naga Siren. I mean, this is something else which I'd like to talk about a little more. TA2000, Naga Siren, you know, what kind of Naga gamers is looking like? If she finds her timings, is there much that Lunar Galaxy can do about it?
There's a lot of layers to that question, because in regards to the fight, Lunar Galaxy will have multiple forms of annoying her throughout the entire game, be it the Ags from the Solar Guardian from Dawnbreaker, either Ember's itemization to kill off illusions, and then Alk Lycan just being so aggressive. Like, Lycan can buy Ags, throw it on the Alk. So I think scaling is not an issue for the side of Lunar Galaxy against this Naga. So there should never really be a point where Lunar is like, I am now the carry of the game.
Okay.
But kind of the macro gameplay, pushing out waves, it's also kind of even. So I think this Naga game it's just like an average Naga game. Like, if you misplay and overstep your mark, Naga can punish you, but she's not going to really ever take it over. It's more, can Quest put her in a position of pumping out the damage, tank some key spells.
So I just like that from the puck in the mid lane. He like throws the orb the other way, goes down south, and then jaunt's back to the orb, and then Xantic just never went for the rune in the first place, so he's just like, oh, all right, bro.
Good one.
Enjoy your... Hope you're having a nice time doing whatever you're doing.
And CS, leading towards the way of noob at Xantic. He picks his counter matchup that he thinks, and so far not really getting the perfect start. Normally, 2-3 extra denies could be the place where he'd be sitting, but yeah, noob doing such a very good job at just spamming the spells and not allowing Xantic to gain any crazy lead. And Naga Siren into Lycan in the bot lane. This is one of the best matchups for a Naga Siren. Lycan applies zero pressure, really, in the lane. You might get a body block or two with a wolf, but you're never killing off a high armor hero like a Naga Siren. So everything that we spoke about in regards to Naga never really having the best game, if she crushes her lane and takes over the map with her supports before the farm comes in, it could be a whole nother story. So we'll see if this farm really translates into anything beneficial.
Toby in the top lane taking some heavy hits here, but the arrow comes through from Amar to delay it, and that's going to allow Toby a chance to kind of waddle out from here. But yeah, he is the one struggling. You know, I had my doubts about this Alchemist and Thornbreaker lane, but down at bottom side, that's where the action's taking place. Scriff, our observer, is of course on it as always, as Theolacor will be brought down.
Would you have said his name if he'd missed the kill?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'd be more like
just checking, just making sure. I always like to pose the opposite of what you say, just to test you.
Although if he slips me £5, then I'll say it's Wepass instead. Oh, tornado out onto noob. They're trying to stop him getting to that that water rune, but nope. Gonna get there regardless. That's down at bottom. Oh, he's not liking this. Needs to get himself away, but he's only got the stick to work with. Already used that. Kaori coming in, but they actually don't have the chase out of mana on Kaori to keep on spamming out those poisons. And yeah, Dalai-Lama just gonna be able to get himself to the tree line and get himself to safety.
Yeah, what a meme strat, right? It's disruption into then all the illusions plus body of Naga Siren with the two illusions of the SD disruption. Like, you can just encapsulate a hero and body block them up, and there'll probably be little ways for them to scuffle out, but yeah, you've got to be careful. Don't want to get 6 illusions on your face at the 4-minute mark.
No, you do not. No, you do not. A noob getting very low in the middle lane. This is where it starts to get painful, you know. Level 4 is annoying, level 3 is annoying, but level 5 is just unplayable for the puck in this mid lane. These Sleight of Fists with this Blightstone just going to do way too much. Is up on the top side, stuns coming out onto Toby. Gcalis going pretty deep here, going to take some harassment in response as well. Toby just desperately trying to get something from this lane. Quick question, why does Gcalis have 10 CS?
It's quite easy to accidentally CS on Dawnbreaker. With Celestial Hammer plus Starbreaker.
Is that a accidentally in quotation marks?
Yes. As a 5 player, there are often ways that you can obtain CS. That is either ganking your offlaner within the creep wave with AoE spells, aka be a Jakiro player or Crystal Maiden player. Of course, the small camp contesting it happens as well, but yeah, there's plenty of ways. Will the Lycan die in the bot lane? That's the real question.
We probably like us SD press Q.
Fucking SD, says Noob.
Wow, savage.
Unluck. Wait, what?
The double exclamation marks really made
I'm
that.
sorry, but what PCs are they using? If a single disruption...
Look, I don't know about the funding of this organization. Panel agility has... Okay, now we're...
Shall I type as well? I know the answer to fix basic lag like this, but shall I tell them or
not? Maybe message the admin or something in the WhatsApp group. Look, I'm not putting my neck on the line, T.
Nah,
we stay silent.
Never will. But basically, guys, a little PSA for all the people. The beautiful observers, Patrick, etc. They all told me this as well. But basically, just go into console and use the command rate, R-A-T-E. Default rate is 80,000. You increase that rate to 200,000, and now suddenly, all those little lags of PL, Warlock, and everything above disappear.
Relax. We're going too high.
The mainframe. But no, I do know it's something that people don't really think about, and when I try Googling it, like just in general, like increased Dota performance, you always get those like random videos like turn off the tree shaders, turn off VThink. And it's like, come on, man, give me some like actual substance. But using that command rate and then anything bigger than 80,000, basically, it basically passes more information into your game, which when big spells happen, you aren't going to get as choppy of an experience. So yeah, that is the biggest PSA you can ever get as a Dota player. Of course, be mindful that the bigger the number, the more stressful it will be. So if your PC isn't great, might not be the best. But yeah. And there's also other commands that he's now typing out. Oh my god, no.
Back to the game. Double-elimination taking some heavy hits, but of course that tornado might slow things down, but TA2000's upon him. Kaori as well, chasing him down. 5 stacks of the poison. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming out of the Double-elimination, and the Riptide's going to come through and finish the job. Down goes the Lycan in the bottom side.
All right, so Kaori just obtained some very important information that his Q supposedly is lagging the entirety of Lunar Galaxy. Will he just start casting it randomly on himself?
Max it out by Octarine, just sit in the jungle with a bunch of clarities.
We're ganking the Ember to shock himself.
Yeah, a bit of shenanigans in the mid lane once again. They're playing up for these power runes at the moment. And yeah, it was going to be Omar who actually ended up grabbing the power rune, as Chad getting very low up on the top side.
Yeah, the only really good lane occurring right now is going to be this Ember Spirit. He's forced Puck to start poking a couple of these jungle camps, not really farming mid lane anymore. But this Alchemist sitting on low HP bottom. We've seen how Lycan's having quite a doom and gloom start. I would expect this Shadow Demon to potentially even now rotate with Amar to follow this Alchemist. If at the 7-minute mark your SD Murano are following this Alch in the jungle, this could be absolute devastation for the side of Lunar Galaxy, but we are yet to see the support sync up. Amar by himself is trying to at least take away some of the big creeps with that arrow. It does automatically kill off the creep if he is to connect. And oh, Shad, be careful there, sweet little old gamer. You're not strong enough to fight this Mirana.
It's been very, very annoying indeed. Just coming in and starstorming, so they're going to have to bring across some heroes. Both supports summoned to the jungle to try and deal with Omar here, but I'm not sure it's going to make much of a difference. Of course, Wisdom Runes, one going to Theodore, one going to Toby. The Beastmaster going to be very, very happy to receive that because he can now speed himself up to level 6 even quicker. Is in the middle lane. Noob almost goes down. He's going to have to drop the coil. Xantic, he's still chasing, but doesn't quite close the gap. A little surprised he didn't really commit to that with the remnants, but...
That was so anticlimactic. I was ready for like double remnants. Like,
oh, Shad up on the top side once again being chased down under the tower, trying to get away, but won't be able to do so. They will be able to kill off Omar in the backlines at least, but Toby now hitting level 6 from this as well. So Jikalis and Theolikor, they're going to have to go onto him here and maybe try and force that one out of him. In comes the EMP, but it's a little bit too late. The split comes out from Toby, and now he can start laying in the damage to Jikalis, who's just getting beaten down by all these little pandalings. So much damage coming out onto him, and there's not a lot they could do about it. Starbreaker to turn around. He's getting very, very low here, and with the Flame Panda chasing, he is just going to drop. What an ability.
He killed Jikalis?
Yep.
Going back to that, I think Atlantic didn't use his double remnants because, of course, if he uses all his resources, doesn't kill the Puck can then respawn back in and go for that threat, and he wouldn't be surviving these moments here if he'd have them still on cooldown. So I think showing some discipline, force out the Puck, but don't go for it. And then top, the supports, they try to force out the split. They do go down, but taking away that split now means the split isn't killing off their Alchemist. So just whittle down the resources of Quest, prevent their ability to make moves on the map, and allow Lycan and Alch to farm for free. Ooh, off the mark with the arrow. Again, this combo dates back to what, 2014. You've had many years to practice it.
True.
When did they actually get added? Were these heroes always in the game? Or are these... I guess they were, right?
Yeah, I think they're pretty old school heroes, yeah.
6 point. I'm doing the research. I'm now intrigued.
Okay, I'm not sure that's important right now. But what is important is that Nagasiren's pulled a Midas out from somewhere. So this is a pretty unusual pickup. Not something I've seen a lot on Nagasiren, but 10% pickup rate in pubs. Maybe it's good. Seems very greedy, but yeah, reads the aim of the game for this team. So fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, I've already outlined a lot of the issues of Naga in this game. Radiance, Shivas, just general optimization that Luna Galaxy can do to annoy her. So I'm not opposed to her just securing her game even further. Get to the point where it's like, okay, you have everything. We also can buy the items to deal with what you can bring. So now it's a game of who's the better team, who's making the better choices. And of course, Quest being the top 4 at the major, being the Div 1 team, are favorites to just have the better understanding of what to do on the map. So I'm not opposed to this kind of...
Oh my god, Shad, he's going to get comboed up in the top side here. Ducalis coming in, trying to help him out, but the split is available, meaning that Shad is going to be a whole world of trouble right now. Stun does come down, but he's already dead. Kaori pops him with a Shadow Poison, and now Ducalis, he needs to get himself away, unable to defend his carry, and now just needs to keep himself alive. But Toby, not really giving him much of a chance here, just surrounding him with these Brewlings. Damage coming in, Starbreaker is well timed, but it's not going to make a difference, especially with the ultimate from Kaori coming out. And they're going to get another kill up here on the top side, but Azantic looking to just get one cleanup kill. Will be able to do that at the very least, but yeah, not really seeing the impact from the Ember Spirit in helping out these top engagements so far.
No, he's kind of grading it up. It's uncharacteristic Azantic gameplay. He often likes to make a lot of moves, and he's now just hitting the creeps. No split on Brewmaster. Azantic's still in the area.
This kill needs to come through, and it looks like it will. Are they going to leave it for Shad? Absolutely not. Azantic, he wants that Maelstrom, and to be fair, this is going to be absolutely insane timing on this Maelstrom for him.
He's having a very good game, but also who's having a very good game? The Naga Siren with the Yasha Midas at the 11-minute mark. Like, the net worth, the fact that Naga is 1,200 ahead of Alchemist is insane. You've got a Brewmaster into an Alch lane. That's a kill-hungry lane. You've got a Lycan into a Naga, complete opposite, awkward passive farmer. And we're seeing that now kind of bleed into the entry to the mid-game. This Naga Siren. Nearly 130 CS, by the way, to the 75 of Alchemist. It is quite the tier 2000 show in regards to farm.
Yeah, we're going to need to see Azantic stepping up, and then from that point on, you know, we expect Luna Galaxy to start taking a bit of control of this game. They have managed to find the Shadow Demon on the side, and that'll be scooped up by Davai Lama. Now moving across towards Noob and Omar as well. But it's just going to be a tower. And this is what Luna need to look for, you know, one kill into tower, one kill into tower. This is kind of their playbook. And it's all about the Brewmaster now. How much impact can he have with these splits? These need to be the things which slow Luna Galaxy down, and by the Naga Siren time to come online and be a hero.
Yeah. If Brewmaster doesn't get a good split off, suddenly their ability to take the fight and their damage is drastically decreased. So I think there's a couple options to Quest. It is that SD Marana goes for the gank, or you play around the Brew split. And of course, Luna Galaxy should be well aware of that. They're already playing quite a very poke-heavy style of play, supports throwing their bodies onto Brewmaster. And of course, the Azantic trying to do a couple cheeky plays, but nothing too crazy yet. I'd expect with the Maelstrom, this gives him just a better position to look for it. And yeah, Quest, they go for option number 1, get that SD Marana to look for that chase. They have the scan available, which I believe has connected onto the Alchemist, so they should be aware of his position.
Yeah, so...
But Shad has the Radiance as well.
Oh dear. There's that Demonic Purge coming out. There needs to be some rotations. There needs to be some response to this, but at the moment there's nothing. I mean, they do have that ultimate, but then again, there's also absolutely no follow-up damage from the side of Quest. So Shad's just like, all right, bros. Oh, and he can get the money from the illusions as well. It's actually a profitable engagement for Shad.
Yeah, and they put a sentry down straight away, but they yet to actually check the cliff. So that should be instant D-ward. Survive the rotation, and another smoke up from Quest. Okay, guys, we can't kill the Alch, but maybe we can kill the Ember.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Down to the bottom side, arrows to follow as well, and yeah, the ultimate comes in from Ducalis just a little bit too late, as he is now just going to be another log on the fire by the looks of it, trying to get away. Celestial Hammer is down, but with that Vessel upon him, I'm not sure there's too much chance of escape here for Ducalis, as he's going to fall as well, and Omar takes another.
Quest, they're the ones playing as a team moving together, and Luna Galaxy yet to really see that anything come into play. The supports aren't helping out the Ember. It does feel like their entire draft is play for yourself, right? Lycan needs to farm his own stuff. Alch needs to farm. The Dawnbreaker needs to react to the engagement. So technically, your only heroes playable on the map is an Invoker and an Ember.
Hold on, they're looking to fight this. Zante comes flying into the middle of the fight. The lockdown's there onto the puck, but there is the song. There it is. Just get out, my friends. We're getting to safety, but Luna, they still want to chase, but they can't. The song is just easy for the Naga Siren, and they use Shapeshift for this, and Double-elimination is just hitting a hard camp. I mean, I guess at least it's not an easy camp, but still a diabolical waste of Shapeshift.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Other than these creeps which are just shoving bottom. All right, whatever.
It does feel like they're feeling some strains on the heroes that they have. I touched on it before that fight broke out, but these two heroes we see on the screen, these are the only heroes that can actually do something right now. Until Lycan has Helm of the Overlord and can dictate a little bit of map pressure, if Luna Galaxy want to do something, then it's all about this. And Double-elimination is still, what, 900 gold away from that item?
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Yeah, it's
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
all coming soon, but soon isn't quite good enough for this team at the moment. They're just a little bit stalled out right now. And all this time, the Naga Siren's just farming up a storm. And sure, the Alchemist is as well, but they've got the tools to pressure the Naga Siren. They're just not able to use them at the moment. The timings are very awkward. Tower down to 40 HP, will actually get killed off by the catapult. They're unable to get the deny because they're being distracted by all these spells being thrown at them. So Luna, at least they get something there.
There will be an incredible timing though from Luna Galaxy, where Helm of the Overlord on Lycan, double BKB on Alchemist and Ember coming in, and the mech on Dawnbreaker. So all of the heroes on Luna Galaxy should be getting a big ticket item within the next, call it 3 minutes of the game. The question is, can they utilize that, look towards a fight into Roshan, and instant D ward. You saw the Dawnbreaker appear for a second, you're going to expect them probably placing a ward.
Yeah, I wasn't actually sure if they did spot Ducalis there, but I guess they did. But nevertheless, Ducalis sees the two heroes walking across, so there's a universe where you can argue that that's worthwhile. Meanwhile, Theolicor just unleashing onto Omar here, just trying to force out some spells. Tornado's going to miss those, so Omar's just chilling.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Met complete on Dawnbreaker. One component of the timing has formed.
What are the other two?
BKB on Ember out. And that's basically the big 20-minute timing that Luna Galaxy can play for.
Yep.
And they're pretty close to it, to be fair. I think, if anything, it's just Ember now. Like, once Ember gets to his BKB, I really expect 5-man smokes, Roshan break the map. And I think Quest, they already kind of sense that a little bit. They're not being too crazy. They're not trying to smoke up themselves. They're appreciating the fact that, yes, they've had early kills and early momentum, but at any minute, you are going to expect this Alk to leave the jungle and want to make some moves.
Yeah, still waiting to see any like decisive movement being made from Luna, but we might get a bit of it as bottom side. Theolicor being chased by both Toby and Omar. He's just trying to work him around in circles. The dust's out onto him. And TP's going to get used. No arrow available. See you later. Theolicor is out. Good time wasting. And we have it. Helm of the Dominator finished on up now for Double-elimination.
Luckily, it was the Overlord.
Sorry, yeah. The big one.
If he'd had Dominator 18 minutes, then I'm sorry, Divide, but we're going to talk. I mean, sure, there's some cool items coming out for Luna Galaxy. But look at this Naga Siren. 13,000 gold. Like, how often do you see a Naga or actually any other carry in the game just out-farm an Alchemist? Maybe it's the current patch, the fact that Quest was able to do a little bit of aggression. Alk seems to be relegated to this top band of the map, whilst Naga has been given literally anything on the Radiant side. So, of course, the greediness of all cores, and Luna Galaxy is maybe hurting Shad's ability to farm as quickly. But this timing, T2000 have a Skadi and a Manta by the time that the BKBs come out. Like, that is insane. They've got to somehow initiate, find the heroes, kill them pre-song or during song with your BKB, not get hit by coil or split. This is such a difficult fight, and I think Quest are feeling incredibly comfortable in this game.
My God, 720 GPM at 19 minutes. That is... That is crazy. That's one of the highest I've seen in a long, long time. Definitely of this patch.
Do you think they're aware of the Skadi, though? Like, the fact that the BKBs are out, like, if you look at all the items on Lunar Galaxy, this is the window to make the play. You've got the BKB on the Ember, the BKB on the Alchemist, the Overlord on the Lycan, a little bit of heal from Dakalis. Like, they farmed for 20 minutes with an aggressive lineup. They have to make a play, but if they just run into this Naga Siren, or if they don't get off the Bruce pre-split, they might have farmed for nothing, and this is just filth. Absolute filth coming out from Tier 2000. What a showing in this first game.
Yeah. They have answers to Naga Siren, but they don't have answers to this Naga Siren. This is scary.
This is the fight we've been farming for.
All right, let's see it. Both teams, they need to bring everything to this. This is going to be the first Roshan as well, which they're really fighting over. It's Antic in the middle of everybody, but he's actually going to back himself away. Moonlight Shadow covering the advance here. Fiora caught to the tree line here. And he's making some nice movements and not getting himself caught out, which is definitely admirable. But the pit is now somewhat uncontested. Ward's being taken down. They've lost control of the area. It's Antic. He's just going to have to come in here and do as much scouting as he can. Alchemist, he is in the area. The only hero who's not here is Ducalis. He's just using the fact that he can just ulti in whenever he needs to put pressure on other lanes and try and create some urgency for Quest to have to get back on this.
He also has Greaves if he wants to TP back to base, but he's currently going for the Wisdom Rune. Naga also TP top. So Naga's not in the engagement right now.
Yeah, this could be big. I mean, down goes the Mirana straight off the bat. And Zantic looking to just chase down Kaori here. He knows he wants to go for the easy targets. And, well, this is an easy target indeed. Noob, he's going to jump in on this one. He's got the coil, he's got the damage, but there it is. The ultimate comes out from the Dawnbreaker, flying into the fight, giving the heals. Toby, his Brewlings are getting pretty low here. They might just get killed off. Hello, Toby. He's gone. That was not expected. The Brewlings just get turned to mashed potato in the middle of the team fight. Lunar Galaxy holding a very, very strong line here at the 21 minutes mark. I mean, all of this farm on the Naga Siren just doing absolutely nothing, especially when she's not in the fight for the first, minute of it.
She used the Twin Gate to go top, but then to TP onto an outpost with the extra TP duration. Her dominance right now is sending out the illusions, getting the Skadi procs and providing the information, but maybe she was looking to kill off a Dawnbreaker who was playing the wider map. In doing so, yeah, this Ember Spirit lives and thrives in the fight, just jumps the backline, Mirana instantly dies. Toby, you might have had some good splits in the laning phase, but we're not in the laning phase no more. You're gonna get rinsed. Acid spray plus high physical damage cause. Primal split, I'll eat that one for breakfast, so of course they gotta be careful. If Tier 2000, if he ever leaves his team, you're just gonna get run over.
Yep. I've never tried panda meat, but Lunar Galaxy just did, and it was delicious. And now Lunar Galaxy, well, the one flip side of this is that they weren't able to really gain anything for that engagement. I mean, they got a couple of kills, they couldn't get into Roche, they couldn't take down the big boy, but they just still clutched in Roshan's claws, so not really much gain, not really much of a shift going on. But I mean, look at the Naga Siren, you know, the Shad's now kind of closing the gap on her, which we expect to happen. You know, you want your Alchemist to be a little bit further ahead, so...
Do me a favor. Click on Lycan. His quick buy looks so comedic.
Yeah. He's had this one kind of in his pocket for a while. And I was like, okay, all right. Interesting.
I love the Hex. I'm a big fan of the Hex on Lycan, especially in this type of game. The Alchemist is already buying the AC, which is a very traditional second item for Lycan. Getting additional control, yeah, I'm down for it. The Manta sounds a bit spicy, but...
I'd like to see an Ags, honestly, but...
Yeah, give Alch more purpose. Big fan of that one too.
We're out of here, little bro.
DD on the puck. Again, posturing for another fight. BKBs are in play again.
Patch out the Invoker, but doesn't commit to it. And Chad, actually, he's committed. He's dropped the stun, but I think he's just going to be stunning himself. Oh, no, never mind. They do. Nah, he doesn't take on the puck. Noob, you pesky little devil.
Devilama also used one of the Dire's smokes as well. This could bite them later down the line if he's misclicking them in the engagements. I don't know how many smokes they actually have left on the Dire side.
Why does he have it?
They only have one. I don't know.
Did the support there trust to call with a smoke? Well, while some of these shenanigans are going on, smokes and chasing a puck and running around catching their tails, meanwhile Roshan is down to almost dead. They need to get in on this fight. They need to get in it now, but they have. The coil's kind of whiffed a little bit, so the Lycan just kind of sitting inside the net. Xantic is going to be able to keep on spamming the side of fists inside this pit to make sure that Quest can't come in and sneak it any longer. TA2000 slowly being whittled down, but it is slow. I mean, it's hella slow. It's going to send the illusions back in, but I'm not sure you want these illusions just to be whittling down Roshan in the middle of a sketchy fight right now, but has the song, if anything goes really bad, so it's hard for them to initiate here on the side of Luna Galaxy, and yeah, Yolocor just getting pecked away at by the puck on the sidelines. TA2000 using the opportunity to get into the pit, might just be able to take down Roshan all by herself, but Roshan's on the move. Oh no, he's moving. Is anybody waiting on the side? Oh no, it doesn't look like they're able to catch him out, but the orb actually catches Roshan, TPing away, and gets them a very risky Aegis indeed. Oh man.
In all my time of having the Twin Gates in play, I've yet to see the Aegis drop at the Twin Gate, but
yeah, that's a new one for me as well.
Oh man.
Well,
but why didn't they just commit for the why didn't they just commit for Roshan themselves on Luna Galaxy? You got BKBs. I guess they were afraid of BKBing to preemptively dodge the song to then get the Aegis and just feed the fight straight away after, but that hesitation, that lack of committing to the fight, like you've still got Solar Guardian, you had everything in play, but somehow Quest got the Aegis and decision making not really on the side of Luna Galaxy, I guess. They second guessed themselves or were really afraid of something that we weren't seeing, but that was the Aegis that they needed with this type of lineup.
I mean, I think it's just a case of that song, you know, like it as you pretty much outlined it. You can't run in with BKBs just to preemptively dodge song, but then you go in to take Roche without BKBs and you're just going to die afterwards. I don't know what the answer is, but yeah, maybe
jump the up then.
Yeah.
Like, she's on the low ground, and now she's songing to find the Invoker.
Okay. Screw you, I guess, Invoker. Down he goes.
TA2000, Scardy, Heart, looking for that Aghanims. With the Ags, of course, we'll be able to ensnare spell immune targets, which will cut through the likes of an Ember and an Alchemist. Looking towards the high ground.
Yeah, it's a really reliable way to just catch out like an Ember or something. If you manage to just catch them in song and then throw out the net, and there's nothing they can do. And yeah, Double-Llama just getting pecked away at by the puck once again. And Arrow's going to be coming in through as well. Manta dodge not going to be successful, and down he goes as well. Quest all of a sudden taking this game in a stranglehold as they come up the high ground right now. TA2000's like, I've got all this gold, time to put it to some goddamn use. And yeah, going to be attacking the buildings. Fortify even coming out here for the side of Quest, just keep their creeps alive and keep this push alive. So Hart goes in deep once again, just harrying this poor old Invoker. Xantic doing his best to clear out the creeps, but his tower's already dead. TA2000 just doing so much work. Alchemist coming back into this one at last. He wants to try and finish off an item before he really commits to this fight and does get this Assault Cuirass, so maybe that's what they need to try and look for an engagement here. It's so tough. TA2000 is so farmed. Shadow gonna commit, jumps in with the stun, throws out a bunch of abilities here. He's holding his BKB as long as he possibly can, but they're not leaving on the side of Quest. They're just hanging around on these steps right now, clearing out the waves, forcing Luna Galaxy into this awkward position where they have to try and hold these back. They're still taking so much damage. They need to just stop this Naga Siren from flooding these illusions into their base. Luckily, the backdoor protection does come through here. EMP is coming down as well, draining away the mana, so Quest, they're not deterred though. Send the illusions in once again, and net comes out on Theolicor as well. The illusion's just going to be able to take him down. He's done. Theolicor's out for 40 seconds, and now the coil onto 3. It's perfect from Noob, and now the follow-up can come through. In comes the Solar Guardian, crashing on down, keeping them alive, and again, the BKB still not being used. And Xantic is on cooldown, so he's just going to drop Shad. Doesn't want to commit to this, but his team is dead. Jukazan and Xantic are gone. Quest now looking for the bottom lane at Barracks, and they are going to get it.
Just moving as a unit, Quest, it all starts with that Lycan pickoff, right? He picks up the Manta, tries to Manta dodge an arrow, instantly gets killed off, and at that point, Quest, go for it, why not? And they have numbers advantage. I just think there's a bit of hesitation coming from the side of Luna Galaxy. Yeah, Naga has an Aegis, respect that one, but they can't overwhelm her with this amount of tankiness she has, and they're just missing their beat. Luna Galaxy just not on the same page, unlike Quest. It's just constantly be a team, play as a team. The one slip up that they had where Naga TP top, that hasn't happened again. That's instantly been fixed and moved in. Sure, tier 2s are up, so Luna Galaxy won't be losing too much of their base. But they should be afraid. In 30 seconds time, Luna Galaxy, they need to kill off this Naga Siren one time. They need to at least threaten Quest's ability to play the entire map. Because once she picks up Butterfly, I don't know how you're going to be killing her.
No, I don't. All that armor, all that evasion makes the very few resources they have of dealing with her suddenly completely useless. I mean, it's not a Fury, so they've got good resources of dealing with these AoE targets. They just haven't put it together this game. It's felt like Luna Galaxy are unsure of their timings, you know? Like, they hit these big items, they went for a decent fight, and then they kind of just haven't really committed to much since then. And
yeah.
I'm not sure if that's too safe the way they're playing it, or whether it's just a read on the game. I guess we'll save that judgment to when we finish the game and see what state Luna Galaxy are in.
3 cores and a brew.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Zanski's going to have to BKB through this one once again. Not how you want to be using your BKBs at this point in the game. They're really hoping to get out of the map and get something done on their heroes, but alas, nothing to be done.
So, okay, so I was trying to decide if I wanted to bring it up or not, but I kind of think that Double-elimination is griefing his team a little bit here with this man to pick up. Oh, what an arrow, by the way. And they know it connected because it didn't go the whole way. Hold on, let's just watch Invoker die.
Okay.
So yeah, if we look at Lycan real quick, he was so close to a Hex. Like, he was on the path to some lockdown, but he went for a Manta. And now it's like, after buying Manta, sure, he can skip a couple waves, but there's no instant lockdown, look at my item timing reveal. There's no, oh, I got an Aghanim, so my ult can now crush the fight. He's delayed these big ticket timings just for him to continue farming and split pushing at the point in the game where they're already struggling to contest a Roshan. They're already struggling to find and lock down a Naga. I feel like you need to itemize correctly in these points of the game because Quest, they're going to keep running at you. They're going to keep pressuring your Alchemist. As you see here, like the Dire base, it's just Radiant territory now.
This is so
Shad's
miserable.
BKBing off the illusions.
BKB, Chemical Rage, like everything being used, and what do you get for it? Nothing. Maybe a lost barracks. Oh, that's not a good prize.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh boy. Middle lane, looking like it's going to fall here. TA 2000 with those Naga illusions on the high ground. Again, she doesn't see any impetus to leave this. She's chilling.
There's no reason.
Doesn't need to use her Midas though. If she hits 2 charges on the Midas, that's completely illegal. There we go, thank God.
I actually think Double-elimination should sell his Manta right now, buy Ags, and that could give them a chance to win a fight. Like that is actually a viable strat right now.
I mean, at this rate, they're just going to get Mega Creep before he can do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. It's just a hero without Aegis just sitting on their high ground. And there's no significant gold advantage here. 3k in 30 minutes, like it's something, but it's not much. Oh, Alchemist jumps in, immediately stunned, does at least stun up the illusions himself, so won't be absolutely taken down, but now the coil comes through Shad. He's still got no BKB. They've gone really early here, and they're still waiting 10 more seconds for his BKB on the Alchemist to come out, but the song is going to delay things just a bit as Ember Spirit kind of just fighting into them right now, and the arrow goes into his BKB, and then the BKB ends, so he's just stunned for ages. This is such an awkward fight. Zanzik, he needs to get himself out, but he doesn't actually have the remnants to get away, but Toby looking like he will get killed off here as the Wolves do catch him out, and Double-elimination going around the back looking for Kaori as well. Meanwhile on the front lines, the Yonacor's already gone down. Shad looking for another target, trying to close the gap here. Omar disappears to the side, doesn't have the vision, doesn't have the dust, as Luna in this awkward situation as a Naga Siren coming back in. The arrow comes down onto it, Zanzik, and that's going to seal his fate. Shad trying to bash away into the Naga Siren here, needs some help, and he is going to find it. The team's coming on through, but the buyback comes out from Toby as he's back into the engagement once again. The vessel, the damage, it's in on Shad, and he is gone. 70 seconds, no Alchemist. Now Double-elimination looking like he's in a spot of bother as well. Manta is out, and well, that Manta, it ain't doing a whole lot to you, Governor. GG comes out from Theolicor as Quest take game number 1.
Decisive game Quest. You can feel that they are the major attending top 4 team. After the laning phase, they play around the Brewmaster, give him a couple